Okay, so today I am going to show you the Dutch braid. Last time I showed you the French braid. You could do it of two ways, one with a hair tie and one without. Today I will show you how to do the Dutch braid with and without a hair tie. So the first way is we're going to do the hair tie method, where you take your hair like this and you section it off the best you can, even if your hair decides it doesn't want to. Whew. And once you have that all done, what I'm going to do for this braid is I'm going to pull it down just a little. So now I'm going to take 3 strands like you would for the regular 3-strand braid. Now with these strands, instead of going in like this for a Dutch braid, we are going to take them and go, the middle section will always go over, going over to the left and then to the right. And once you have that first one done, you're going to take, just like with the French braid, take your pieces and start adding in. I'm going to add just to the outside. And you're going to take your middle, go over to the left, and then you're going to take your new middle and go over to the right. Now, keep doing that until you get to the base of your head, and it looks, or I guess you can't really see the back of your head, can you? It feels like it should. So now that you're at the base of your head, you can keep going down, like so. But I'm gonna bring my arms around and bring my braid around over my shoulder. And like with everything, you're always gonna get big chunks. You can either start over and do it again, or you can take, hold on. Okay, sorry, I had to think about that because you're doing the braid like you were putting your hands behind your head, but you brought it forward. So you're gonna take pieces. It's a little bit harder to do it this way, I think. So sometimes starting over is the best case scenario. And then just keep braiding down. Now the Dutch braid is the one I love to do for pancaking, because that one you can fluff it out and it looks really pretty because the braid is on the outside rather than the inside. Bringing it down. So now I've brought it down all the way. Instead of fastening it right here at the end, I'm going to take it and go up 1, 2 stitches and put the elastic there. And that should give me enough room to just start to tugging on the ends, not so much like the whole thing, just enough on the end. Like that. So I'm going to do that all the way up, and as you can see, as I pull, they will start to tighten. And it gets harder as you go up because everything else on this side is super tight. So then you're going to go on this side and pancake it. And now my ends have gotten significantly shorter, or a lot less. I have less hair there now. Now I'm gonna go up a little more. So I have a little more, or, you know, get a new elastic, that's good too. Don't you just hate it when your hair tie breaks on you, whether it's an elastic or a big chunky hair tie? It is the most annoying thing. So we go through, refluff, refluff. So as I'm pulling this strand right here, it's gonna pull on this one. And then it's also gonna pull on the one up here because it's woven in between. Now I'm holding on to the hair tie and just pulling on the hair tie when I try to pancake it instead of pulling on the hair, because if I pull on the hair, I'm gonna keep the hair from loosening up. So sometimes you have to redo it a couple of times because now it's starting to come undone again, which is perfectly fine. Whoa! Or, you know, you can pull out a whole scandalori. Scandalori? What in the what? Okay, now that I have most of the end done, I'm going to take out my hair tie again, retie it, and I'm going to pancake this part. I'm just going to pull on it. And since everything else has been fluffed, it'll be a little bit easier. So now I'm just going to go back through and fluff up everything, making sure, you know, that I stay in frame and everything. And there you have your beautifully fluffy Dutch braid with the hair tie. So the next way that you can do it is after you, or it's just after you, I don't think you're gonna do both of these at the same time. Once you have your hair completely tangle free, I'm gonna take out this hair tie, brush through, get all the knots out. Now the second method is personally one of the ones that I prefer most because it looks a little fuller, if that makes sense. So I'm going to take hair at the top of my head, just like this, brush it back, and I'm going to start my normal 3-strand braid. But I'm going to go over and over, and now that I have those 2 stitches, I'm going to take hair and start adding it in. Okay. So a lot of the times when I'm doing a Dutch braid, I will either not be thinking about it and do what I just did and skip a strand. So you gotta start over. Okay. So you take your hair, you section it off, and you go, nope, I was definitely doing a French. Okay. Whew. Sometimes doing your hair can be, oh snap, a really good workout. Because your arms get super tired super fast. Now I'm taking all the hair for the last strand here, taking it in the middle section and going this way. Woo. And then going over like this. Now I'm gonna bring it forward because my arms are dying. And I'm gonna start my braid this way. So now that I'm getting to the end, and I have pieces starting to stick out, take my elastic, and you don't even have to use just an elastic. If you don't have an elastic, if you have a scrunchie or a regular hair tie, that's perfectly fine as well. So I'm gonna take this, and I think I'm actually gonna put it up here. So now that I have my hair all together, I'm gonna pancake it. And if you don't want to pancake it, that's perfectly fine. You can leave it just the way it is. I personally like to pancake it. That is my personal favorite. Just makes it a little fluffier, a little flowy, if that makes, does that sound right? Flowier? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. It makes it flowier. We'll just go with that. So now that I have my hair starting to come out, I'm gonna take my elastic. Hopefully this one doesn't break on me. Readjust. I'm gonna go up like so. I'm gonna flip it, and it may look a little wonky, but that's okay. Because you're just wanting to fluff it out. Let's see. So now that that's all fluffed out, you can take your hair and just poof it out, tease it, play with it, mess with it. Make it the way you want it to be. Something is going on here that I don't know what happened. I may have missed a braid or two. We'll just work with it. It's fine. And we'll floof it out. And there you have your Dutch braid.